Coming up on Mockingbird Hollow Road, going into Mockingbird Hollow, which is the entrance to the property of the Hunter family. Mockingbird Lane is the sign. As you cross these railroad tracks, you will notice on the right there is an access road onto the Hunter property. Now, this access road is not maintained well, but it's definitely passable. At one point, you can see that green post there. Target Oil and Gas had put a chain. In fact, the chain's laying on the ground, and that chain was actually tied to the tree over here. But that chain has not been up for over a year, maybe a year and a half now. But that was the only obstruction onto this property, and that was installed by Greg Smith of Target Oil and Gas. So, now the road here will fork to the left, and that's an old logging road, and that leads to towards well number 3, Bell County number 3. And you can actually access that road at the end of the paved road here. And there was never any obstruction at all, no chains or anything on that road. So we're gonna go ahead and head up the well road. Now, you'll be able to see on the left there's some washouts because these roads weren't maintained. Or at least not maintained properly, but no, definitely nothing a four-wheel drive truck can't get over. Now the road forks here to the left, and so the road to the left actually goes up to, and it'll lead to Bell County number 2, and it is passable. It's a little rougher than the road going to 1, and you can see where the washouts have been. They've not maintained this road at all. But then if you're not producing the wells, why would you? It's a little smallest tree that's fallen across the road, but easily traversed. You can see that the tree wasn't cut; it actually snapped off quite a ways, about 15 feet up. Continuing to the Bell County number 1 well. Once again, as you can see, there's no obstructions other than poorly maintained roads. But obviously, a four-wheel drive pickup truck can make it. Now we approach Bell County number 1, and as you can see, there's been absolutely no attempt to maintain any of this. I'm going to go ahead and step out. Lots of growth. Tire tracks from my coming up here previously. But the well is as it was when Target stopped producing it. And as you can see on this tank, it does say Target Oil and Gas. It's an empty overfilled drum. A few other things. But for the most part, yes, poorly maintained, not being produced, has not been produced in quite some time. But any allegations that my family or anybody else connected with me prevented Target from accessing this well, you can clearly see those allegations are bogus. There was absolutely nothing, and never have been anything preventing them from accessing any of these 3 wells, either Bell County 1, Bell County 2, or Bell County 3. Now, I'm not going to take you up to Bell County number 2 because I've got a fairly new pickup truck, and it is kind of rough, but for the most part, it's very accessible. I may come back later on my ATV and take you up to that well and show you that. But like I said, other than poorly maintained roads, there was nothing to prevent them from fulfilling their obligations to the landowners and also to their shareholders, or whoever it is that they're investors, I guess. So anyway, that's all I've got for you. Any questions, feel free to ask.